This is Spiderweb ASMR, and today I thought I would go over some of the things I just have on my work desk here. I sell vintage and antique things, so clothing, accessories, decorations, things like that, just anything that I pick up at estate sales, or I do a little bit of consignment for friends and family, things like that. But I try to stick with the actually old stuff because that's what I'm really passionate about. So I don't worry too much about trying to do the modern reselling thing. It doesn't really sit with me. But what I've been working on the past few days is putting together these I call them treasure bundles, and it's like a little instant collection of vintage items, and they're just smaller things that I can't really sell on their own. It's not quite worthwhile to try and sell these pieces by themselves, but if I put them together in a little collection and I can do a little grouping of like 5 or 6 bigger things and then a bunch of little stuff with it as well, then that has been something that my customers seem to really enjoy. So this is a little flower bud vase, and it's white with some yellow plaid stripes and little blue violets. It's got a scalloped edge here. I can't really make nice tapping noises anymore because I don't have nails. That's another reason why I've been a little bit more reluctant to post videos, is because for quite a while I was gone, I had a job at a bakery, and I was not allowed to have long nails. So that was part of the policy, and it also just wasn't practical to have long nails trying to work there. So I was there for about 9 months, and then after I left the bakery, some time did pass, and I did have long nails again for a little bit, but I was dealing with some other stuff going on in my life. And then most recently, the reason why I currently can't have long nails is because I have a puppy, and she is pretty young still. She's only 4 months, and it's, again, just not very practical to have long nails when my hands are getting bitten and chomped on all day. So the next thing I have here, this is cute, this is a little frame. It's an Art Nouveau style picture frame with a very elegant looking woman on the side. She's got a flower that she's looking into. It reminds me a little bit of Thumbelina. That's one of my favorite animated movies. And it's just a simple silver tone frame. it is not from the Art Nouveau time period. This is a kind of a more modern piece in that style. I would say this is maybe from maybe the 80s, maybe the 80s or 90s. It's just a little frame. It is a little bit, it's got some tarnish or might even be candle wax on there. These pieces, I clean them up before I put them together, and everything that I show right now, it's not all going in one treasure bundle. These are just kind of the items that I'm choosing to separate. I like to do them by theme because I'll do like a kind of a gothic themed one, and then I'll do like a springtime cottagecore one, and just it's nice that way. I know I've done Western themed bundles, and that's always been fun. So this is just a little silver spoon, just a little thing, and it's got a little bit of tarnish, and it is marked on the back. It says W.M. Rogers with an I.S. on it. It's probably silver plated. It is tarnishing a little bit, and it's got a little grape leaf and grape motif there. So just a little thing. And then let's see, I've got this little dish here. This is really cute with a very dark looking rose and rosebud. This is not all my complaints about not having long nails. It's not to say that tapping without nails is bad. It just means that my resources for tapping are a bit more limited. I like tapping with short nails on cardboard, things like that. But with clickier things like ceramic or glass or something, it doesn't really, the sound doesn't really come through. But this plate has a little gold rim around it. And on the back, it's a Royal Albert bone china piece from England. So that's very pretty. A little dark rose plate. Be nice for just putting some jewelry on. A little catch-all. And let's see. I was making paper cranes yesterday, so we have some paper cranes here. These were not supposed to go in the bundle, I just made these for fun. I used to make these a lot when I was younger. I learned how, and then that became kind of a hyperfixation for a little bit. I used some very, very soft mulberry paper for these. So if you see, it's like very kind of natural, organic. Not really good for origami, I quickly found out, so These are not the greatest looking paper cranes, but it was just something to do for fun. I think the soft paper sounds from these are really nice. And I have a lot more of the paper, so maybe we'll do something with that. Then let's see. This is, I probably should have saved this from the beginning because it's going to be loud. But this is a, not an old thing, but I found this somewhere, so I figured I would include it in maybe a kind of cute cottagecore one or like a craft supplies bundle. But it's a little bird craft that all the stuff comes in this pack. I feel like this is going to be really loud compared to the rest of the video. Hopefully that wasn't too jarring. Then let's see. I'll just move this here. So this I think is just a crochet hook. Just throw that in. Not really expecting it to be, that's kind of part of the fun of these bundles, I guess, is it's a little bit like just kind of throwing junk drawer stuff together, which is always interesting to me, at least. That's something that I myself have bought in the past, is sometimes you'll just see like just lots of interesting objects, and something like this, like a crochet hook, it feels a little bit silly sometimes to just like include this and be like, hey, here's a crochet hook, but it's fun to get creative with this kind of thing, and it could be used for something else, it could be used in a craft project, it could be used in whatever, so this would be like just kind of a random item that would be thrown in with the rest of the actual interesting things. And this, I have never quite been able to figure out what this item is. I was kind of thinking that maybe it was like for powdered sugar, but that doesn't seem quite right to have to flip it over. I'd assume that it's like something aromatic would go in here. But it's a very old little copper cooking tool. It's got kind of a floral cutout pattern. Yeah, can't really make noises on that one either. Then this little guy is really cute. This is just a little plaid bear. A little ornament. Very sweet. It looks to be handmade. I don't see a tag, and the face looks embroidered. And it looks like one of the ears was repaired. But he's just a little guy. Then this has got a price sticker on it still. Let's see. Once again, the woes of no longer having long nails is getting a yucky old price sticker off of something has become a lot harder these days. But this is a little ceramic frame that I thought was really cute. It's like a kind of not quite terracotta. Looks like it's maybe been painted with a terracotta color. Maybe not. I can't quite tell. Maybe the white part is painted, but it's got little oak leaves and acorns in the corners. It's pretty heavy too. It's like a brick or a tile. But I thought that would be cute for a little cottagecore bundle for sure. Really sweet little something. Glass is a little icky, but we'll clean that up. Then let's see. This is a postcard. Postcard from 1915. Let's see, it says 1915 there. And it shows a little boy with some flowers. And I am not sure. Oh, Amsterdam. There we go. Well, is being sent to Amsterdam. So this would be a piece of ephemera that gets tucked in to one of these bundles. And this is again considered like another kind of smaller thing. I'll usually do like in the bundles, I would do like maybe 4 or 5 like larger pieces, and then just another like assortment of postcards, stamps, buttons, little bits of sewing supplies, little trinkets here and there, a stray crochet hook, things like that. Handkerchiefs, whatever I find. Let's see. Oh yeah, see, here's more little. This is like a little paper flower, a very small kind of worn-in pencil, a little padlock, things like that are just little things. Then let's see, I've got a little pitcher here, a little, I guess for cream for your coffee. But I always love these I grab these whenever I see them just because I think there's something very, very charming about just putting a couple little flowers in it, setting it on the table. And, oh, this one does have a marking on the bottom. This is, I assume it's pewter. Yeah, international pewter. So, I don't really like fast tapping, but I always end up doing it. Enlist the crochet hook here. I do really like tracing when I watch ASMR videos. Let's see. Then got, this is just a little tatted lace doily, handmade. Oh, just cute. Again, you can put your little on there with some flowers. Super cute. Looks kind of like a snowflake. Then, let's see, I've got, ooh, that was a lot of noise. Got another plate here. Another little dish. This one has a very elegant looking couple on it. And this is Jason Works, Fine Bone China, Staffordshire, England. Again with the gold gilt rim. Just another little dish. Then I have this. I have yet to decide if I'm gonna try and polish it or clean it. But this is a silver plated and electroplated silver basket with a lid. And I love the texture of this because it's like woven. It's all metal, but it's woven and it has this lovely twisted rim on it. And it's just very tarnished. And I know that myself included, some people really like the very tarnished look. But I'm kind of thinking I might try and get at least like one layer of it off, just because right now it just kind of looks dirty. Even for me who loves a nice patina on things. So I'll probably try and clean it up a bit. I also don't want to snap it shut because I feel like it'll make a noise that is not quite as pleasant. I guess the tapping kind of sounds a little bit like rain. It reminds me of when it rains and it'll hit our fireplace, and there's a metal cover at the top of our fireplace on the top of the chimney. And so the few times here that it rains where I live, you can hear it hitting the metal like this. Anyways, that's always a nice sound. Very comforting. And then this piece is not particularly old. It is just meant to look that way. It's been artistically distressed around the edge and everything. So I would assume this is just like a little modern tray, but it did get picked up with other old things. So at a flea market, I think. Or no, I'm sorry, not an estate sale. It's got this kind of interesting motif here. Lots of curly parts and leaves and seashells. Kind of a braided, twisted border. And a scalloped edge. So that would be a nice little kind of tray to put in the bathroom, maybe again for jewelry or something. That would be nice. Then we have a very, very old, very dusty book here. This is Hope on, Hope Ever. I have no idea what it's about. I just picked it up at a flea market. I'm sorry, I keep saying flea market. I go to estate sales a lot more than I go to flea markets. Picked up at an estate sale. This is called Tales for the People and Their Children by Mary Howlett. Hope on, Hope Ever. And this book is from 1841. So it's been around a long time. The Boyhood of Felix Law. It's very, very hard to see, but again, it has, oh, there you go, you can kind of see it. It's got kind of a curly, And the binding too, it's hard to tell now, but it did have a really nice gold gilding at one point. That's just completely worn off with time. There's still a little bit of evidence of it there. Very fancy spine to that. Probably look this up to see just what it's about. I do like collecting antique books just because they're so pretty. Spines and the covers are so gorgeous. Not to say that modern books can't be pretty too, but pretty in a different way. Let's see. We have a handkerchief. Yep. Got some old flotsam and jetsam on it, but still very white. And there's an embroidered A on the corner. Looks to be, well, I can't quite tell. It looks to be hand embroidered. An A with some little floral bits. Focus. And that's just a nice simple white handkerchief that I would use to just kind of cushion something or wrap up some smaller things like that. Maybe tie a little bit of twine around it, make it look nicer. Then let's see. Got a tassel. I'd love to find a nice little key to put this on, like a really old beat up key, and I hang this on the end of it because I think that's very mysterious and fun little trinket. But this tassel, it's a really pretty color. It's like kind of a very, very pale turquoise, kind of like a seafoam color. And let's see, here is a little doll. This would be one of the larger items that would go in these bundles. Just a little doll. She's very sweet looking. She's definitely more vintage than antique, just judging by the hair, and the clothing is machine sewn. I thought that her complexion was a little bit unique because I don't know about the color choices here, because she's very, very pale, which is common with porcelain dolls, but they made her eyes a bit yellow, and then her eyebrows are red, but then her hair is brown. She's got very, very red lips and very, very red cheeks. And she's wearing a little green floral dress and a bonnet. She doesn't really sit, so that's why I'm having to hold her back here. But she's a very cute little doll. Deserves to be loved. And this is a kind of a picture frame. It's got these kind of little foot tabs in it that are metal. It's a metal frame, and then it's got just a cardboard backing. There's nothing to hang it with on the back, but this is just like a pretty old, an old component that you could do kind of a mixed media thing with, or if you wanted to put just an old picture or something in here, you could. So it's also of value to find like old parts and pieces like that a buyer will just have the freedom to use creatively. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a whole solid thing. I myself love getting, when I can afford to spend a little extra money, I love getting lots or bundles of components and, old junk drawer metal pieces, things like that. That's always really fun to build things with and to make stuff with. So, another tassel here. This is a brown one, and it's got some gold in it. And we're wrapping it up here a little bit. Here's another doily. This one is linen with some crochet trim. And it's kind of an ecru nude, not nude, but oatmeal tan color. Then, let's see, I have this box here. This is a Roy Tan cigar box. And inside, I've put some small things. I've got a perfume bottle. On the bottom it says, Timeless Cologne. Smells like Shalimar. And then, let's see. This is a really cute little doll here, made of corn husk and maybe some palm frond. I'm not sure. She's so cute. She's from 1988. She's wearing a little cream-colored dress. She has a red apron to match her red bow. She's got really cute little curled hair. And she's carrying some little flowers. Then I have in here, this is a painter's clip. And I loved the rainbow of paint left over on here. I thought that was really cool. Grabbed that from an estate sale locally. The man who had passed away, he was an artist, and I got to the estate sale on I think like the second or third day that they were running it, so I was bummed that all of his artwork was gone, but I did grab a little bit of supplies and a couple paintbrushes and some other stuff. It would have been really nice to have found a painter's palette. That's on my wish list. I'd really love to find a painter's palette of just oil painting on it. That would be really nice someday. And this is, again, just another random component thing, but this is a cap of a spice jar or some dried fruit maybe. It says Aloha. Fruits grown in Hawaii. So good for mixed media collage, something like that. This is a little plastic pin with a old-fashioned football helmet on it. And the banner here says UCLA, which is a very well-known college here in my state. So this was a football pin of some sort. And last but not least, here is a box of Denison gummed reinforcements. And the box is cute because it's made to look like a little book. A little book on a bookshelf. And on the back it says, save time and mailing costs. Use Denison addressing labels. 33 on a sheet. This is a box of 150 Denison Deluxe gummed reinforcements for 19 cents. And don't have 150 of them in there, but we got some. Denison ephemera is very collectible. And then I guess we'll finish up with just a little bit more tapping and tracing on this box here. Alright. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was boring enough to fall asleep to. And I look forward to making more videos. Perhaps more exciting ones.